Business.
I'm glad you swallowed your.
Because it would have came out like.
Spread my wait. Before we go, like one time I was in church and I got ready to sing and I picked up the mic and the foam stunk so bad.
God.
Cause you know the mic, cause they sing with it like right there, and I was like,
Nah.
and they was like, wait,
They thought you got
I was like, what?
That's why you just play it off and you just look, you just be like, just air it out. Go air it out.
So I'm singing like this now, yes. But into her, and along with Dr. Drinking Business,
Yeah, the one and only, the hostess. Okay, I ain't saying all this no more. Look here. I am Maddie Simone, the host of Salon After Dark on Mondays at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on WDRB Media, the voice of the community. Come on in and get your hair done. Sit back and unwind and get your mind relaxed. Let your scalp be tantalized and tantalized by the topics that we have for you.
wow.
I had to finish on the back end so I didn't do the front end. You know what I'm saying? I had to come up with something else.
We got you. And along with the ride, we have.
This is your evangelist with Exposure Radio on WDRB, 4 o'clock on Sundays, p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Awesome. We are so glad to have you both here.
I'm doing this with you today. I'm not doing this. Look, no, this is what y'all did not see while you're asking him to. This is what I see at Cormac. I'm like, what are you shaking?
I can't even. We are truly happy to have you, and I apologize in advance on behalf of the host of this here outfit. We threw out disclaimers already.
Oh, good God. You know what?
You know, right?
Tell us about yourself.
You know you're not really yourself when you're hungry. So I don't know who we just had, but apparently you got some nourishment and some strength in the Lord. So
Hey, I had my sandwich while ago, so
I know, they
I'm
both.
back with you, so I know how it feels.
So the earlier shows are very different. Everyone's appetite took over. It was hungry. It was a lot of dragging. And all of a sudden, you got like the Three Amigos full. I'm tired of chips. I'm ready for a real
Probably
meal.
should have had Red Bull before I come up here and got the steak.
That's all right.
Give
We'll
you
give you
wings.
wings.
Give you
Right.
Mm-hmm.
We'll give you wings. But we are glad to have you on set. You as well, Maddie, has been kicking it with us here and our broadcasting family.
Yes.
Listening in, tuning in, and watching in the shenanigans of Dr. Biz and all that other good stuff.
The shenanigans. I am the sweetest, most loving, kind-hearted,
Nobody.
innocent.
No.
Wait a minute, wait.
You had me up until
Innocent. Sir, bye.
We were
Good
with
day.
you up
No,
until innocent.
Because what she was going to say was no one didn't say that you weren't kind-hearted, that you wasn't
Right.
sweet, that you wasn't these things.
Not at all.
Innocent, however,
Yes.
you have been proven guilty. Sir, no. Because there's a chip in that smile. Don't do it. Don't do it. Go see your dentist. Don't do it. Wait a minute. Your root work is coming out. Come on down.
Put my gold cap in. Have you been married?
No, I have not.
No. Okay.
I was engaged for 7 years.
Lord. Okay. What happened now? Miss Transparent?
No. So I know, in all honesty, whenever it's two people in a marriage, and then you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Wow.
And then God also said the number of 7 was completion. So by the 7th time that he cheated in the 7th year, I said it was done, it was completed, and I'm moving on to the next thing. Yeah.
Okay. I would never be engaged that long.
Well, I wasn't engaged that long. I was in a relationship for 7 years. We got engaged on the 4th year. And
I was going to commend you because
No. I was engaged for 3 years. Because I wasn't ready to rush into marriage because I already knew what I was dealing with.
Okay.
However,
So it was you that sort of held up
the process.
Oh yeah, because if you ask him today, I'm still his wife, or I will be his wife, because in his mind,
Oh, okay.
I am coming back. I just had to take a break and catch my life for a second.
Okay.
Right, and I'm like, oh, okay. So,
Evangelist like,
Would you like to
don't
give him a shout
go.
out?
He like, don't do it.
sure. Hey, baby, how are you? Like I always tell you, I love you, but I am never in love with you again. Okay.
But
And there's a
coming back.
difference.
She just gonna come back. She gonna come back and pick up something.
There will not be a great awakening. I promise you, there will not be. No, but no. I mean, even to this day, we're best friends. So, and that's one thing I can say. We are best friends. I talked to him actually 2 days ago on FaceTime because he lives in Colorado now. So, but it was just one of those things. I was like, we were friends that we tried to make into a relationship,
Right.
and it
But
once
isn't that what they say is the best relationship?
because there's a difference. Wait a minute, no,
They
because
say you're supposed to be
when
friends
no.
first, and then
In your
hear that all the time.
in your marriage, you should be best friends. However, sometimes we try to make friends higher than what they are in other situations. Like when I met him, I should have took my red flag first because I made him wait a year before I even went on a date with him because something in me said no. However, I still continued to do it. Then it became a situation of I'm like, we got so much in common, we have so much alike. But when I look at you, there's still something. And so now I'm trying to make a situationship a relationship. I'm trying to make a friendship a relationship.
I caught that.
But it was. Because after the first time he cheated, I was like, okay, well, you know, I was raised Southern and Christian, and you don't walk away from those things. You work through it. You counsel. You pray. You do these things. So I did it the first time. And the second time, I was like, okay, we're going to try this again. By the third time, I was just tired because I'm like, you repeat the same MO. You're good for 5 months. Then you fall off the wagon and you do your thing. So then I got comfortable. Shut up, Donnie. I got comfortable with that pattern. And what I didn't realize was when I met this guy, he didn't believe in God. But now, years later, when we're still friends, he fusses at me when I don't tithe. So I was doing what I shouldn't have done. I was so busy trying to make him what I wanted him to be that I wasn't realizing that God put him in my life for a whole different reason. He was meant to be a friendship, to be a brother, to be that
Just
part.
that. Right. Just that.
So it is what it is.
Yeah, and that happens quite often, you know, that we, and not just in relationships, but I want this job. This is what I want. And I can't remember exactly what was happening, but my whole thing was the enemy's trying to block me. God was really trying to stop me. But I'm like, you know what, forget it. And you know what, the Lord was like, you know what, fine. There you go. Take it. I tried to tell you, but you ain't want to. So there's his permissive will, and then there's his ultimate will. Like, this is not what I have for you, but you'll go
that's
through.
powerful. That's good teaching.
And you're actually going to suffer.
I know.
Because this ain't what I told you
Exactly.
to do. This is not what I had for you. But you bad and you grown.
That's how
you
a
can save
2-week
yourself
journey
and all
turns
that.
into 40 years.
How
in the
about
wilderness.
that?
Come on.
Absolutely.
It's the truth.
right.
2 weeks.
That's right. You went out
14
little-
days.
Yep.
But I'm at the place in my life now where I can handle just a little bit. I don't need the whole story. The old me used to believe I needed the entire story. I needed to know where we're going, what we're doing. I needed to know where we're going, what we're doing.
Where we're going, what we're doing.
I need to know where we're going, what we're doing, how we're going to get there, what do I need to wear, what's the soundtrack playing, you know, who am I going to meet? Like, I needed it all because I believe that when I was a sinner, I was lost. When I gave my life to Christ, I'm found. I can't find everything you talk about. Like, so my mentality was now I don't have to wander around. I got it all. But he was like, I'm not giving it all to you. He keep thinking.
Wait a minute, hold on. But did you feel more lost once you were found?
Right, but then I had to. But what I had to understand was God wouldn't give me the whole scope of what was coming next because I would have ran off and left him. I would have felt like I didn't need him until I got to the next place,
And I needed him again.
And then I got good and comfortable. Now what? Give me the whole thing. So I'm at a place now where I understand the journey.
That's like the people that always say, I can never get above ends meet, I can never do this, I can never do that, because God knows if he actually gave you more than what you had,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you
Right.
wouldn't.
Go buck
Well, let me
wild.
ask you a question. Did you feel more lost once you were found, like she was saying, than you did before you were found?
I didn't.
You didn't. See, I felt more lost because now it was like, okay, God, I'm trying to be good. So who do I talk to? Because I can't talk to the same people and hang out with the same people and go to the same places. And
I felt more free, but my expectations of my journey,
we're different.
I had that side of salvation miscrewed.
Okay.
I felt like because I have God, because there were preachers that's like, you get God, you got everything.
That's true.
You get the Lord. he's
Streets of
gonna
paved with
bless you.
gold. It's
You
gonna
get
be
God, he's gonna
easy
do
and
this.
yes.
And like literally the message was, you don't know where you're going. If you don't know if you're going to heaven or hell, then you need. And everything that they preached said, this is the answer.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't ask a piece of the question. I asked the whole question. So I thought, in my salvation, that gives me all the answers. It does, just not all at the same time.
Yeah.
Just bits and pieces.
Pieces along the journey.
And I say this, and some people take it the wrong way, but when I gave my life to Christ, I've experienced more hell now. Because the devil's harder on me now. Like, he comes after me harder. There's times now that I tell my friends, I am going crazy. And they're like, no, you feel like it. No. I am going crazy because he really is trying my patience today.
Now you're a traitor.
Right.
The enemy
That's right.
finds you as a traitor.
You're a traitor.
And
Right.
what do? We persecute traitors.
And it's like the whole thing of once you become woke. Because it's like, now I see you for what you are. I can't turn it off anymore. I can't do drugs and alcohol and blind it out. I can't be in the world and not pretend like you're not here. Now, whether my eyes are open or shut, I see you for who you are, and it's annoying me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Exposure.
Absolutely.
Yes, the exposure.
That's what the Holy Ghost does. It's designed to help us and not hurt us.
That's right.
To lead us, not beat us. And for me, when I got saved, I don't know if it was special or whatever, but I had a divine purpose immediately. God began to deal with me for real in vision and dreams.
And I think based upon your past and where you come from, sometimes for some people the experience is more drastic than with other people.
Yeah,
because if you're at a certain level and then Christ comes into your life, it's like night and day.
That's good.
Chugging along and especially if you get saved younger, but you really didn't experience some stuff. It's like, okay, I'm saved now, so now what? So it's not that big revolutionary celebratory night and day. Like 24 hours your world is completely changed. You're like sort of the same person. It's like, okay, now what? So now the discipleship
And
comes
I
in.
grew up in the church. And the transparency that you gave us in the last segment, Kyle, I didn't get that. So all I got in the church was everybody's perfect, everybody's happy, everything's good to go.
Saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost.
Right, and they running around and they're like, I did not, my pastor in my youth, he didn't preach his hellfire and damnation. He preached mine.
Right.
Like, he didn't tell me what he came from.
Right.
He told me where I was going. So for me to accept Christ at a young age, all I knew was what I had only heard, which was not transparent about those that have arrived, but those that have not, the ones that are hellbound. Like, I only heard ours. So it was natural for me to believe that now that I'm saved, I got the answer. And it was zeal. It was excitement. Now I'm not going to hell. Now I'm one of you. Now I'm just like, now I want to sit on the front row. Now I want my skirt down because to my ankles.
Yes, Pentecostal skirt. Oh, Jesus. But all the way up to the neck.
And you see where it is today.
I've been delivered. What you talking about? This skirt wasn't gonna get me there. Ain't no dress code.
Come on, God. God said you ain't even gonna have this body when you get there. Look here.
Right.
You won't know one another.
Right. But my zeal and enthusiasm was to be like the environment I was in. And the environment that I was in told me that they had it all together and it was perfect.
Right.
So I tried to make everything perfect, with great intentions. But then like you get knocked down, get knocked back, and I'm like, it's okay, like little kids get up when they do something they ain't supposed to, and I heard them like, I'm all right,
Sniffling.
I'm okay.
But smiling.
Come in the house. No, ma'am, I'm okay. Definitely. So I kept pursuing that, and it wasn't until I developed the relationship.
Right.
And it took me, and the funny thing is I kept going back to God saying, what am I doing wrong? And he was like, nothing. You just wait for me. Like, just wait. I'm asking, I'm talking, like you, I want to be better. I want to do this. I want to do that. I'll turn the other cheek. And I was a fighter. I was a rebel. Like, I was an intention. I dated dudes that had weapons and getaway cars on purpose, because that was just the rage that I had in me. I was a roughneck. Very.
Well, I wasn't a roughneck, but I did date drug dealers. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like I was in the
brawlers, fighters. Like,
yeah, no, I'm the one that was like, all they gotta do is make a phone call and that person didn't show up no more. Like I dated those because to me that equated security too. That was that whole secular lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? I thought, well, if someone looks at me the wrong way, I can just tell you to do what you got to do, and you're protecting me, not realizing that if I look at you the wrong way, I may be the one on the other end of that phone call next day. Right. But
what I realized is that I heard this stuff. I grew up in church my entire life, family in church, the whole nine, and everybody would get up and give their testimony. And I'm an ex this, and I'm an ex that, and I was a wretch and done, and I was a this, and I was a that, and all this other stuff. But and they went into detail.
Okay.
But that was never my story.
right.
It's like,
So it's like, when's it
okay,
gonna happen
God,
to
what's
me?
wrong with me? Why can't you use me? You know, I can go to prison too, just like the next man. You know, I can be.
Nah, I want to go to
maimed
prison.
and-
Wait a minute.
I can shoot folk too.
and then the Lord said, honey bear. Honey bear, my call.
Dark Thunder will not be incarcerated.
Thunder bear, that is not your
You
call.
know, it's like, well, God can use Peter, and he did this, and it. It's like,
But that ain't who you
Jesus.
are.
hey, give me a knife, I'll cut somebody's ear off. You know, just,
God
you know.
gave you a gift of administration because you know you don't do labor. So
Your
you
name,
just
wait a minute, your name should be Matthew because you record everything. See, you have the gift of the pen. You know how to take it down.
That's right.
But you know, and I agree with what you're
But I
saying.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought something was wrong with me, but yet I realized that I don't have to
Yeah.
have all of
have all of that.
No, I
I don't
feel
think
you.
you want
to be loved by the Lord.
Right.
You know, he can love me for me.
But see, that's the thing with growing up in church. I'm not saying nothing's wrong growing up in church because I grew up in church. You know, there's nothing wrong with it. But when you grow up around it and you see it and you experience it and you live it, especially when you're amongst the older saints of the church, you don't know no different.
Right.
So you know, I remember being 16 years old. Partying and then doing my thing, going home, rinsing my mouth out with mouthwash, and in church next morning singing TCO and being leading in the choir. And I'm thinking that that's okay, that's fine, because like they said, as long as you make it to Sunday school on Sunday morning, you good. Like that's what they told us.
That was get out of
so
jail.
right, you know.
Stay out all Friday night and Saturday night and don't go to the Lord's house.
Come on. And then my mom was that one, if you can watch a full movie and not go to the bathroom, you can sit in church and not get up and go to the bathroom or walk around the church. So,
Or go to sleep.
because once the door shut, once the door shut, you were in. We used to call it, we were in prison. Like there was no nothing. Because even if you shifted in the pew, it was. Like, all I did was went from the left to the right. Like I'm good. This butt cheek went to sleep. I had it. Because you know it was the wooden benches at that. Because we came from the foot stomping,
And they
hand
had no cushion
clapping.
on it.
No.
Exactly.
And God forbid that one Baptist prayer that took 5 seconds too long, and it was like, okay, I'm back. I didn't fall asleep, but then you look up and everybody's like. Because they know you fell asleep.
Exactly.
So, and to go through all that, so whenever I did get christened and baptized as a baby, and then get confirmed at 12 in the church, and then by the time I was 18 years old, 19 years old, and I'm in college, and I went to a youth revival, and I was just like, oh my God, I'm going to burn in hell for what I've done. Oh my God. So then here I go running down there, trip, fall, get up, and get my fat butt down to the altar, because I'm going to give my life to Christ. And the next
Before it's too
morning,
late.
right, I do that. I'm all high and mighty, and the next morning I get up and I'm like, but I still have the same negative thoughts. Why?
Right.
Nobody told me that didn't go away. Nobody said,
It's an ongoing.
because they always said call on God, but no one said listen.
Right.
That's right.
No one
Yeah.
said to take that minute and stop and shut your mouth. They just said when you need him, call on Jesus. He'll answer all your
Jesus
prayers.
on the
So
main
right.
line.
So here I
You know
go.
what you want.
Jesus, because he's not answering my prayers, but that's because I wasn't sitting still long enough for him to answer the prayer and for me to get it.
Right.
Because he answered it, but I wasn't getting it because I wasn't listening for the answer. Just, I was talking to a friend not too long ago, and this happened very recently. I just got the answer to a prayer that I prayed 6 years ago. And it was amazing to me how it happened because that's how I knew it was confirmation. Because when it happened, the prayer instantly came back to my face. And it was one of those
She won the
things
lottery.
where...
No.
And played the ticket.
But it was shut up. It was one of those situations that I really did not understand that. Like, and it's funny that, Medea says that people say all the time, you ask God a question, he's going to answer. It may not be on your time, but he's always on time.
Right. And it may not be the answer you want.
Right, that's true.
Be ready for that.
Yeah,
That's true.
I think our concept of Jesus is just, it can be off because he's a king. And how often would you step into a court of a king and just jabbing your jaws?
Oh, come on now.
That's true.
He's a king.
Absolutely.
Because they say come with fear and
And the
reverence.
truth of the matter was, if you knew you were going to the king's palace, you'd bring a gift. And you would listen.
Absolutely.
Because what comes out of his mouth has all authority in the kingdom.
That's right.
And if we shift our concept and understanding of who Jesus really is, then it would help us and benefit us.
As a king.
And I'm not saying we don't call on God. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, for me, if I would, when I pray, I come thanking him. You
That's
would worship
right.
a king.
Yeah.
You don't go up there, hey man, I need to. No, this is a king now.
Yo, G.
Right.
I might come like that, but
But you're
what I'm saying
still-
is, I'm gonna come and
yeah.
worship before. I'm gonna thank him and be grateful.
Absolutely.
That's right. Yeah, you're right.
Because I understand. I'm not saying I fully understand, but I've just learned that he's a king.
And that's why the
we have to
Holy
be
Spirit
careful.
is constantly being neglected. He was like, I'm sending you a comforter.
Yeah.
That's your go-between. Instead of always coming to me, not only am I sending a comforter to lead you and guide you and give you instruction, but you can still relay your message directly to me, and I'll take it to the Father.
Yeah.
But we're skipping that go-between.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
I
We are.
often hear people reverence God, which is absolutely, but it was Jesus that died.
That's right.
Like, had it not been for God, there
Can't
would be
get
no
to the
Jesus.
Father, but
right,
through.
the Son.
Right.
And we're so quick to leave that out. But then the Son said, I've sent a comforter.
Yeah.
So stop feeling like I'm not here. I sent somebody.
Yeah.
Right.
Like with my authority, with my power. With the understanding of what you need, I've sent. So you're skipping around, jumping all over the place, trying to get it. See how I switch hands? Trying to get to what you
She
need.
gonna learn today.
Trying to get to what you need, but actually, let's just look at what is our chain of command.
That's exactly right.
Come on.
Got to
That's
go
exactly
through
right.
the chain of command. It's not because it's not being answered. You're asking the wrong one. That's the wrong.
Yeah, I like that. That's good.
Like you just asking the wrong somebody. I ain't got it. I gave it to the comforter.
That's good. That's good.
Go back and you'll get that instruction.
agree.
You'll get that guidance from there. And that started helping me.
That's good.
In my prayer, I thank God, but my requests are known to the Father.
Yeah.
I send my request, Jesus, I'm asking, in the name
In the name of Jesus.
of Jesus. Like
That was
literally,
confirmation, how
right
you
in
know
there.
us.
That was him applauding.
Yeah, right. That was confirmation all day. No, because you just even
You got
answered.
my money?
For what?
Oh, I was asking the wrong person. She ain't have
Clearly.
it, so I figured you had it.
You the
I
chain
am
of
not in your
command.
chain of command.
But that was even another confirmation right there. Girl.
How can people get in contact with you?
They can get in contact with me through Facebook. I have a business page, Start to Finish Builders Inc. They can get in contact with me through my phone number, 980-330-2487.
Say that again.
980-330-2487.
Somebody had to write it down.
And what was your Facebook one more time?
Start to Finish Builders Inc. Yeah.
Start to Finish Builders. Okay.
And your show airs?
My show airs at Exposure Radio. It airs at 4 o'clock Eastern
PM.
Standard Time, PM, on Sundays.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Awesome.
And you, Maddie?
You can hear me at Salon After Dark on Monday nights at 9:30 Eastern Standard Time here on WDRB. You can also come to my salon, Bijan Salon on West McGee Street in Greensboro, downtown. And you can also go to my Instagram page at Matttie Simone, M-A-T-T, not M-A-D-D, Simone 737. Or you can go to my Facebook page, Matttie Bynum, or my fan page, Matttie Simone.
Excellent.
Great.
Family, we'd love to stay with you a little bit longer, but our producer says that she has to get home and she wants to leave. So as a result, if she goes, we gotta go.
Hello.
So she's gonna turn off the lights in a few minutes. So we're gonna end this segment. You are tuned in to the Profit and Growth Hour here on WDRB Media,
The voice of the community.
I can breathe now.